Hello and welcome back to another podcast, and it's number 8 in this Off the Woodwork series. Yes, I still can't believe I came up with that name in the first place, and it's a change this week. It's not Kris alongside me this week. It is
Pablo Lario here.
tell me about yourself, Pablo.
So I'm a colleague of Sam. I study here in City University of London journalism. I like sports journalism, so as soon as Sam told me about this idea, how Kris wasn't available, I thought this is a great opportunity, especially for my CV, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, very good. Today's podcast, we'll be talking a bit about the international break, be talking about England, Spain for Pablo, and also Finland and Teemu Pukki. Going to enjoy talking about that. Other sports, got lots of England cricket to talk about, the Grand Slam of darts, the ATP World Tour Finals, as well as a preview towards next week in the sporting calendar. So starting with the international break, 2 wins for England. They beat Montenegro 7-0. That was last week. Joe Gomez, though, after the incident with Raheem Sterling, he was booed by his own fans in the game. They comfortably beat Montenegro 7-0 thanks to goals from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford and Tammy Abraham. How do you feel about that, Pablo? Like, should a team ever jeer or boo their own players?
I think, it was a shock for me as well, how to see Joe Gomez and Raheem Sterling fighting, in my opinion, nonsense, only because of the whole Man City Liverpool clash and how Liverpool won. I thought that was obviously Liverpool would deserve to win, but still, I didn't feel like Joe Gomez deserved to um, insult and mistreat Raheem Sterling, and I feel many fans, Man City fans in England, they support Raheem Sterling, so I feel it's not positive to kind of cheer up this kind of behavior, especially as we see like with racist chants and all that. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of the same, and it's not nice to see this in football and in other kind of sports. So I want to support him. So I would like to say that I hope this
Yeah.
stops. Yeah.
Yes, England's other game, that was against Kosovo. That was on Sunday night. They won 4-0, and that guaranteed their qualification for the Euro 2020
Yeah, they're
Championships.
winning with big.
Yes, Harry Winks, Harry Kane, Mason Mount and Marcus Rashford with the goals for England in that one. And Spain's national team, how did they get on, Pablo?
All right, so today they are playing against Romania, but they already qualified for the Euros. They play against Malta. Their previous game, one of the biggest scores was a 12-1 in 1983, but still, I think for this new national team at 7-0 against Malta was really good to see the scoring force. Pau Torres, Dani Olmo, and Gerard Moreno scored their first goals. Pau Torres and Dani Olmo, they were debuting with the team. Also, there was a little bit of controversy, and it was kind of funny at the same time because Sarabia scored one of the goals, and previously he wasn't selected for the team. In first place, Rodrigo from Valencia was supposed to come to the place, but he got injured. Then Adama Traore from Wolverhampton was supposed to come, but he was deciding to either go with Spain or
Yes,
Mali.
yes, I heard
So
about
there
that.
was like all that. But then he got injured, so then they called Pablo Sarabia, so that was fun. And also there's this other fact that Santi Cazorla scored for the first time in 4 years.
Oh, I remember
And
him.
that's like,
Remember him playing at Arsenal. He was a great player.
no, yeah, it was. But then he got the whole, I forgot what kind of disease, leg disease he had. But he recovered from that, and then he came to Villarreal, and now he's playing normally. So he's actually one of the most talented players in La Liga, I would say. Yeah.
And Finland, amazing, wasn't it? They've now qualified for the Euros, and yeah, Teemu Pukki, Norwich's striker, he's been making the headlines throughout their qualifying campaign. This is the first time in Finland's history that they have qualified for a major football tournament. They beat Liechtenstein 3-0 at home in Helsinki to finish second behind Italy in Group J. So yeah, what a story that is.
You know what's surprising is that I've checked the stats of Teemu Pukki, and I saw that in 9 games of this qualifying campaign, in 9 games he has 9 goals.
Yes.
And then in the Premier League, obviously has 6 goals in 12 games. So I know you're a Norwich fan.
Yes, I
So
am.
do you feel happy about that?
Yes, well, we know he has the talent. He's just been lacking the service a little bit, which
Mm.
obviously he's got playing for Finland. We know he can score goals. We know he can keep us in this division. So hopefully he can find that goal-scoring form very soon. Other results on the international break to talk about are Wales 2, Azerbaijan 0. They're going to beat Hungary on Tuesday to guarantee qualification. Northern Ireland 0, Netherlands 0, and they will be in the playoffs later next year. Scotland, they'll also be in the playoffs, and that's due to their Nations League results. Republic of Ireland, they need to beat Denmark today to secure qualification, or yesterday if you're watching it today.
Can I mention something really quick? Probably we can also talk a little bit about Portugal winning against Luxembourg. They won 2-0, and if Ronaldo scored 2 goals, he only scored 1. He scored his 99th goal. So he could have scored the 100th with Portugal, and I think the record, I forgot who it was, but the record right now is on 109 goals.
I think he'll probably break that, to be honest.
100%.
Other teams that have already qualified for the Euros next year: Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Czech Republic, Finland, England, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Russia, Spain, Sweden, Turkey and Ukraine. So any thoughts on, have we got a winner there already?
I think Netherlands right now, they are doing really well. Is like, I think they didn't qualify in 6 years to any European competition, so they actually have grown up. Their defense especially is like amazing, and center midfield, like you have big names there like Van Dijk and De Ligt, and you have Frankie De Jong as well. So that's a really big generation. I don't know. I would like to say Spain as the winner, but if I need to, I'll probably say at the moment Belgium and Netherlands. But I think France, England, Spain are there as well as potential winners, and then Germany. I still don't understand why they put Neuer instead of Ter Stegen. Yeah, I'm a Barcelona fan, sorry. So I still don't understand that, but I feel Germany, they have good players, now they have good strikers, so I feel like if they let Ter Stegen, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, play, they could be possibly the winners of the next Euros.
Yes, it's a strong pool of teams already there that have qualified. Touch a bit more on football towards the end of the podcast. Moving on to the last week's cricket, continuing with England's test matches or warm-ups in New Zealand. They had 2 warm-up matches over the last week against just 2 New Zealand 11s. The first one ended in a draw. Zach Crawley and Dom Sibley impressed for England, scoring hundreds. The second one also finished in a draw. It was tough going for England though on the first day. New Zealand got themselves up to about 300, but the following day they recovered from a batting collapse, something that we're very that we know a lot about as English cricketers. Joe Denley, Ollie Pope and Joss Buttler all found form as England scored 405. Then in New Zealand's next innings, Jofra Archer and Sam Curran each took 3 wickets and restricted the Kiwis to 169 for 8. So a positive way to end the tour. That first test gets underway this week. We're talking a bit more about that towards the end of this podcast. Moving on to the Grand Slam of Darts. That concluded over the last week, and it was another thrilling tournament with some exhibition matches in there. And it was Gerwyn Price who defended his title successfully and achieved the crown after an astonishing performance on finals day on Sunday. He first beat Michael van Gerwen for the first ever time in his career. That was in the semi-finals to secure a tie against Peter Wright, who battled hard to victory over Glenn Durrant. Price then produced an incredible display in the final, probably one of the best I've ever seen, averaging 107 in an astounding 16-10 victory over Wright. The controversy of his victory last year, some of you might know Gerwyn Price as a player who celebrates a lot, and he just seems to be one of those who just puts his opponent off deliberately, but he let his darts do the talking this time, and he won the crowd over, I think, as well. I was extremely pleased for him after some of the stuff that has sort of been written about him and been said about him. A great achievement for him to defend this title, and it looks good for the World Championships. Next up, the ATP World Tour Finals. That's been taking place at the O2 Arena over the last few days, or the last 10 days or so. Stefanos Tsitsipas won the ATP World Tour Finals. Don't know if I pronounced that right. The competition ran all week, and the Greek, just 21 years old, he beat Dominic Thiem at 6-7, 6-2, 7-6 in what some people described as a nerveless performance. He'd already beaten Roger Federer in the semi-final by 2 sets to love. So, if you can beat Roger Federer 2-0, then he's going to have a pretty good chance of beating Thiem in the final. French pair Pierre Hugues-Herbert and Nicolas Mahut added to their growing title haul by beating 5th seeds Ravin Klassen of South Africa and New Zealand's Michael Venus 6-3, 6-4, and that was to win the doubles final. So, Pablo, in Spain, tennis, quite a popular sport. How do you view it?
Obviously, main fan or like one of the first fans of Rafa Nadal, world champion. I feel tennis, football, and basketball are the 3 top sports right now in Spain, and I feel we're doing really well. We're one of the best, and I must say other places like and other players in tennis, they're really good. So obviously it's really nice to see tennis in other categories and in other places like here in the UK as well. So I feel tennis is expanding as well. So
Yeah, it's something I only really played doubles at now. I used to play a bit of singles when I was younger, but yeah, I really enjoy tennis. Doubles is quite chilled out, to be honest, compared to singles. You don't do that much running.
we should do a double one time.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely, that'd be entertaining.
yeah.
Our preview section for this week is going to be a bit longer than usual, starting with the return of domestic football, the Premier League. Some interesting matches this Saturday. One Kris will be concerned about: West Ham against Tottenham, London derby, 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. And then as for me, Everton away for Norwich. So one of those games where we do desperately need to get some points, and Everton having struggled a little bit of late, it is a chance for us to either get a point or get a win on the board. We desperately need one, otherwise we're heading straight for the Premier League trapdoor, probably by Christmas, to be honest.
I just want to say I hope God Pookie scores at least 2 goals or 3. He has to give a little bit of hard time to Everton, I would say, and Marcus Silva.
And Pablo, you're a Liverpool fan, so tell me how that's going at the moment, top of the league.
Yeah, I'm really happy, not gonna lie about that. We're playing Crystal Palace, so it shouldn't be a big problem. Probably Wilfred Zaha is our major concern in our rivals. But as a Liverpool fan, probably all Liverpool fans will put their focus in Manchester City versus Chelsea on Saturday, because obviously Man City right now is 4th, Chelsea 3rd. They only have 1 point dividing them. They are like 26, 25 points. And obviously, this is actually a stat that was really funny, especially as a Liverpool fan, is that Man City has 13 goals conceded, right? So they have 1 more goal conceded than Manchester United, which are supposed to be in a really bad shape. And but in contrast, we have 35 goals from Man City, and Sergio Aguero being the 3rd in the top list with 9 goals, and then KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, with 9 assists being in the top of the league. So I would say I don't see them losing, but I would like Frank Lampard boys to win this one.
Yes, Chelsea have picked up lately, haven't they? Been looking good under Frank Lampard. And City, well, they've shown a bit of vulnerability this season. They lost to Norwich, to be honest. So
that was fun to watch.
And as for Liverpool's title hopes, then can they finally do it this season?
I think if we can get right now, I think it's a 8 points gap right now. I think if we can get to let's say 15 points gap with Man City, that will do for me, and I'll probably be really positive with the option of Liverpool finally winning the league and not Gerrard sleeping in and some Chelsea match, I would say, yeah.
Did you watch that one live?
No, I wasn't able, but I watched like
You're lucky.
tons and tons of videos in YouTube, and I don't know why I did because it's harsh and it's hard to watch. But
Yes.
yeah, I'm happy. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I'm really optimistic, and I feel if we win the Champions League, oh no, if we won the Champions League, so I feel we're not gonna win it this time. So I think we should focus on the Premier League. Yeah.
Yes, you certainly take one of the two, wouldn't you? Champions League
Yes.
or Premier League. Cricket-wise, New Zealand against England, that first test match, that starts this Wednesday at 10 o'clock British time, and I'll probably stay up to watch a fair bit of it, to be honest, but I've got to be careful because of how busy we are at the moment, and Pablo can probably relate to this. You stay up late to do something, and suddenly it's about 4 or 5 a.m, and you're panicking about how much sleep you're going to get and what's going to happen the next day.
Oh yeah, indeed. It can happen with everything. It can happen when you're watching a sport, you want to watch more, and then you forget you had something important, or maybe when you're doing homework, or even with a series. Like, I started watching recently, what was it? Breaking Bad, and I couldn't stop, and then I only slept for 1 hour. So that's what happens sometimes when you put too much attention into something, like too much focus.
Yes, the darts continues this weekend. The Players' Championship finals take place in Minehead, with Daryl Gurney looking to defend his crown, but I wouldn't bet against Gezi Price from performing well there again. And most importantly, this Sunday there's a big event, isn't there, Pablo?
Oh, when I saw this here in the preview, I was laughing so hard. Basically, for no one who knows, probably you don't know, but this Saturday, the 23rd, is my birthday. I'm 21 years
Hey.
old. Yeah. I'm Gandalf. Yeah, I'm old. Woohoo! Hooray! Yeah, I'm 21 years old, but I'm celebrating with obviously I'm celebrating that with my family. I'm probably gonna spend all the time just like being with my presents and playing video games, I guess, yeah. But on the 24th, on Sunday, I'm celebrating with the friends, and we're gonna go bowling, which I haven't played in so many years, but I'm really excited about it. It's like, how long have you been not playing bowling, Sam?
I think the last time I went was about 4 years ago, so
4 years.
I think I will be wanting the sides up. Otherwise, I'm not going to do very well.
I feel, from my knowledge, I feel everyone I invited, which are around 12, 13 people, they haven't played in really long time.
So it could all be really bad.
Yeah, exactly. So we could be all really good, like in terms of really bad.
That completes podcast number 8. I thoroughly enjoyed having you this week. Pablo, certainly be looking to have you again in the future. Added lots to this week. And yes, it's another big week for us, to be fair, at university. We've got tons of assignments at the moment, so we'll probably go home after this and go to bed, won't we?
I need to finish my canvas, man. I need to finish my
We
canvas.
all
but
need to
still,
finish our work.
after that, yes, of course, I will go bed straight away.
Yes, thank you very much for listening this week. And yes, goodbye from us.
Thank you for listening.